No. I think the SEC is going to lose, but that doesn't mean Ripple's going to get an outright win either. But I think the SEC is going to lose at summary judgment because of the theory that they went with. Charlie, normally when you go after a promoter, you say, well, on this particular day, you made an unregistered securities offering or sell. And that particular transaction was a security, an investment contract. And now they're saying that all sales of XRP, the token itself is a security.
And
that's the problem.
See, John, this is why all eyes are on this case, by the way, and why Twitter blows up every time you come on the show. Just to point out, guys.
I think the SEC is going to win, and I'll tell you, it's going to be a bad day for crypto if they win.
Okay, right. We're going to bet dinner on that?
Steak.
Gary Gensler's statement should be fact-checked according to a lawyer for Ripple, who also calls the activities of the sea shady. In response to Gary Gensler's speech in which he reaffirmed the mandate of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, Ripple's attorney and members of the cryptocurrency community responded by criticizing the chair of the SEC and stating that the commissioner's words contradict his actions. Gary Gensler, the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, published a video of himself giving a speech at the 2023 Securities Enforcement Forum on November 16th. The comments of Joseph P. Kennedy, the first chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, were highlighted by him in the speech. Kennedy had stated that the government agency ought to be partners of honest business and prosecutors of dishonesty. Here is a snippet from the video.
In his very first speech, I think it was at the National Press Club here in Washington, he said, quote, "The commission will make war without quarter on any who sell securities by fraud or misrepresentation." It's kind of a clear, succinct line of Joe Kennedy. But in his subsequent speech, just 4 months later, up in Boston, he was going home to his hometown. He was talking to a lot of folks in the business community in Boston. Kennedy said in that speech, and it's really a stem whiner if you read the whole speech and get near the end, but he emphasized, quote, "We're not prosecutors of honest business." He was talking to this business community, and he wanted to sort of say, we're not prosecutors of honest business, nor defenders of crookedness.
A number of members of the cryptocurrency ecosystem, including Ripple Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderodi, who is now engaged in a legal struggle against the SEC, responded to the message that was published on recent statements made by the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission should be fact-checked, according to Alderodi, and Gensler has prejudiced crypto and has filed suit against others without further investigation. In addition, Alderodi brought attention to the fact that Ripple was sued, although the company was never charged with dishonesty. Furthermore, the executive of Ripple leveled a number of allegations against the Securities and Exchange Commission, stating that the SEC is being attacked for shady behavior and is becoming irrelevant on a global scale. A number of people of the cryptocurrency community, in addition to Alderodi, sent feedback in response to the video that Gensler released. The creator and chief executive officer of the trading website Shapeshift, Eric Voorhees, responded to the tweet by stating that Gensler has engaged in 2 separate instances of prosecuting his honest business. While this was going on, another member of the community spoke up in response to Gensler's comments, stating that what he had quoted was the vision. On the other hand, the Twitter user said that it has deteriorated to a worse state, accusing the SEC of facilitating the legitimization of a corrupt system. It is confirmed that Deaton possesses 10 times less XRP than he does Bitcoin. John Deaton, who is a lawyer who focuses on cryptocurrency, has disclosed that he owns 10 times less XRP than Bitcoin, despite the fact that he is a prominent supporter of XRP. Attorney John Deaton, who is also the founding partner of the law business Deaton Law, which focuses on cryptocurrency, rose to popularity in the cryptocurrency sector as a result of his support for the XRP army. During the time that the United States Securities and Exchange Commission was exerting pressure on Ripple and declaring XRP to be a security in the year 2020, John Deaton was able to amass a group of 75,000 investors to refute the assertions made by the regulator. On the other hand, John Deaton disclosed in a recent update that the primary reason he chose to back the XRP army was not because he cared about Ripple. Instead, he did so as part of his commitment to assisting the cryptocurrency industry in its fight against government overreach. John Deaton acknowledged that he held 10 times more Bitcoin than he had XRP, which further emphasized that the heroic movie was more about defending the industry than it was about his relationship with Ripple. Furthermore, Ethereum constitutes a larger share of Deaton's cryptocurrency portfolio. Following the lawsuit, Deaton made an accurate prediction of the ruling and purchased additional XRP. A second revelation made by the cryptocurrency attorney was that he had purchased additional XRP after the lawsuit was filed because he was extremely confident that Ripple would prevail in the litigation against the SEC. As a matter of fact, the most recent discussion that the attorney has had involved in during which he made an exact prediction that a judge in the case would find in favor of Ripple. During that time period, John Deaton projected that Ripple would emerge victorious, but he also maintained that the company would not be totally exonerated of responsibility. Analisa Torres, the judge that issued a ruling in July that declared secondary sales of XRP tokens did not constitute securities transactions. This decision was in line with his expectations. In the meantime, the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple continue to argue over a prospective rule that would establish the selling of XRP by institutions as a transaction equivalent to that of securities. If a decision were to be made in that direction, Ripple would be subject to a fine, and the landmark case, which has been going on for almost 3 years, would be resolved. An expert based on information obtained from insiders denies purchasing XRP. Lawyer John Deaton, who is in favor of XRP, has stated unequivocally that his choice to purchase further XRP after Ripple was sued in the year 2020 was not based on any insider information. In 2020, when Ripple was subjected to legal action, the price of XRP experienced a considerable decrease. This was due to the fact that many holders of XRP were concerned about the worst possible outcome for the cryptocurrency. Ripple and its executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, were the targets of lawsuits brought by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, which had classified XRP as a security. However, in the midst of the decline, John Deaton, an attorney who specializes in cryptocurrency, purchased further XRP with the firm belief that Ripple will prevail in the litigation. The decision that John Deaton took at the time has been supported once more by him, and he has made it clear that it was not based on any information that was obtained from insiders. To be more specific, Deaton was responding to a person who appeared to be a crypto investor. This individual claimed that the lawyer's purchase of XRP may be interpreted as participating in insider trading. It was stated by ex-user Symbio that if Deaton were to purchase XRP at a time when he had the case in the bag, this would be considered insider trading. It is clear that the attorney was certain that Ripple would emerge victorious at the end of the day, as evidenced by the fact that the case is already in the bag. Under point of fact, a significant number of experienced securities lawyers claim that it would not be an unquestionable victory for Ripple and that XRP would be in the category of securities. Deaton, on the other hand, went against the overwhelming majority because he was confident that Ripple and the XRP army would emerge victorious. In addition to, he referred to the action as betting on himself and betting that the judge would follow the law. That he was kidding about his prior remark was corroborated by Symbio, who also emphasized that it is extremely unlikely that one would have access to insider knowledge in such a scenario. Particularly noteworthy is the fact that Deaton has received the benefits of his decision to embrace Ripple and XRP at a time when many others abandoned their positions. This lawyer, who is in favor of XRP, has continued to demonstrate his steadfast support for the project. He made a prediction not so long ago that any potential settlement for the case brought against Ripple by the SEC would be worth less than the amount of money that the business has spent on legal fees. That's all for now.